Hi, my name is Teresa Steele Leiden, and I want to share with you about Habakkuk 2, beginning in verse 1, 2, and 3. That's been a word that has been a lamp unto my feet for years. Write the vision, make it plain. Those that read it can run with it. And wait for it, because it will come. It has an appointed time, whatever that vision is. Write the vision. Make it plain. Write it down on tablets. Use your legal pad. Use an artboard. Be creative. Be a visionary. Dare to dream. God speaks through visions and dreams. Joseph was a dreamer. I relate to Joseph, coat of many colors, and telling his brothers about his dream, his vision. Not everybody appreciates your vision dream. So my recommendation is find someone who will support you in your vision dream and make a plan, build on it, pray over it, nurture it, guard it, protect it. It may take time to come to pass, but a vision dream from God comes by inspiration of God, by His Spirit. And it has life, and it has breath. And it ignites something on the inside of you. And you get to say yes to it. And you do get to wait and test it. I'll just let you know, I've had many such inspiring moments, but one in particular is when I was in meditation, and then all of a sudden, I didn't know if I was in the body or out of the body, but all of a sudden I was taken in a time past, and it's like you're looking through a window, and what I was seeing was a widow woman with her 2 small children. I knew immediately that she was in Ireland. I knew the time period was during the potato famine. And she was a new widow, and she was grieving, and she was having to pack up her belongings and leave the land that she loved, Ireland, if she was to survive. I felt her emotion. I felt her heart cry as she looked up to heaven. And she raised her fist into the air. And she cried out to God, "Oh, that someone would return back to the land." And then suddenly that window shut. And then another window opened up, and it was of my childhood. I almost died from drowning. I was in a total car accident as a teenager. I'd been with friends one night, and the next day they'd been murdered. My life was spared. I was a teenage runaway 2 times. And then it was like God reminded me. He says, I was with you there, because of this one woman's prayers, you're here. You're alive. Because you're the one who's going to answer her heart cry and return back to the land. And interestingly, my family didn't discuss our family history. It wasn't a topic of conversation ever. So, but now I'm married and I share it with my husband, and he says, well, of course, we're Irish. So he's a Leiden. His mother was Milligan. My mother was an O'Neill. And my father's lineage was the Gibbons. And all of those 4 family bloodlines came from Ireland. So that began a 20-year time of preparation. It took 20 years for us to get to Ireland. In 2017 was the first time we set foot on the Irish soil. And now I'm preparing to go back again for my 70th birthday. So I challenge you all, if God has given you a vision dream, write it down according to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, but begin in verse 1, because it's how God related to Habakkuk, and it's how he wants to relate to us as well, because we are God's creation, and he speaks to his creation. He breathes on his creation. And you're not here by accident. You're here on purpose. God has a plan. He does. All you have to do is say yes. All you have to do is be willing. And then you get to dream. And you get to plan. You get to agree. And then you'll be surprised how doors open up. The people that you meet as you're dreaming, planning, and saying yes. To a great adventure of discovering a mystery being revealed. So, my journey begins this September. And if you'd like to follow me, I invite you to. And in the meantime, think about it. Do some reflection. Write things down. And share if you desire to. I'll share in your journey.